Hi, Lakan. For your English exam, can you tell me the story about the paradise of children?
Okay. Once upon a time, there was children in a village, and there was a girl named Pandora, and she was playing to meet her 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 like her sibling or like her friend, and then she met Epimetheus, and then she met Epimetheus, and then they went in a house, and then um there was this box that has been delivered to their house, but there was no danger, for there was only kids and no grown-ups, and and the, and there was with a world with happiness and always sweet things. And if a kid wanted it, and there was no um, things to be studied and not tools to be made, they just played and played and played.
Mm-hmm.
But in a world like that, there was only they could only find the most worst thing there, a trouble. A trouble is like somewhere around the world that they don't know, and we don't know what it looks like. And then and if a kid wanted its dinner, it would be it'll be found on a tree growing. They'll pluck it, and the kid, and there would also there would also they are also like that. But the box has been delivered. This mysterious big box that they moved into the living room. And then Pandora said, "What's in that box?" He said, Epimetheus said, "That is a secret." And then she said, Pandora said, "Who gave the box? That is a secret too." Epimetheus said. And then she said, "What is in the box?" And then Epimetheus, for some hours later or a few moments later, she kept asking 54 times, "What is in the box?" He didn't know what was in the box. So when Epimetheus went out, he was like, please stop making Pandora talk about the box. I wish she could talk about something else." And then, she was, then when Epimetheus said, "Pandora, let's get some sweet, I know the juiciest and sweetest grapes that you ever tasted." And then Epimetheus said, "Come on." Then she's like, "Nah." And then she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna go to the grapes and cook it to you." So and then Pandora said, "What is in the box?" This box was very beautiful, and it had very good things in it. I mean, but she didn't know what was in it. And there was the most tied knot in the world, and only the person that tied it can only untie it and tie it. But she was so she was so curious that she opened the tangled, and she did it. Nobody else can ever do it, but except her and the one who tangled it. And then when Epimetheus came back, she's like, oh, and then he said, here it is. And then she said, who gave you this box? And then he was like, for the 58th time, I do not know. And she was like, did he have a staff? He was like, yes. Did he have the most, a weird staff? And then he was like, yes, kind of. Did he have feather boots? He was like, I think so, yes. Then Pandora said, then that was Quicksilver. And then he was like, oh, I wish Quicksilver gave this box to somebody else. I just wish her to stop talking about the box. He said in his mind. And then when he was going out to do something, he was doing something, and then he went out. So and then Pandora, she's like, when the door closed, she was like, and then she tried opening the box. She did open it with the entangled thing. So and then she took, when there was this box that everybody was smiling, creepily, like the weirdest smile that you can ever see that doesn't look happy. It looks happy that she's about to open it. And then, it's like, and then she took a peek, and then she opened it half wide, and then there was flies coming out. I mean, there was troubles coming out. They looked like flies, but a huge swarm of it. Epimetheus came back, but there was a strange. When he was out the door, he looked at the sky. It was dim, very dim. There was black things covering the sun, and it was growing dim. Then he busted the door open. And then he said, and then when Pandora, wait, no, not yet. When she didn't open the box yet, and then she peek, and then she was like, he didn't stop her from opening the box. She was like, he was curious too, because he was curious if you would obviously open the box if there was toys or something. But this was not the toy. When she opened it, the troubles flew out, and then the troubles flew out and bit one of them. Like they bit Epimetheus, and the scream Pandora heard, and she was like, Epimetheus, but she didn't see him because the troubles were flying around her. And then she got bit too, but not that bit. And then they opened the windows so the troubles can fly out and spread to the village. And then And then they stayed in this one room. And then Pandora was crying and crying. And Epimetheus was, Pandora's head was on the box and sniffing and sobbing. And Epimetheus was in a corner. He was like curling up into a ball, and he was holding his his wound, and only if Epimetheus stopped Pandora from opening the box, he just became curious. So, continuing, there was this little knock when Pandora was her ear was in the box. She was like, there was this little knock, like, and then she's like, huh? Hello? There's this little, like, Epimetheus, do you hear that? And then Epimetheus is like, no, I don't hear anything. It's just might be your imagination. And she's like, no, I hear it. And then she opened the lid. And then, she tried opening the lid, and then Epimetheus was like, no, stop, Pandora. There might be a little thing, like, the troubles can bite us again, and we might all die again. We might all die. And then she's like, but it says, and then it made a knock. And then she tried opening it, and then she opened it, and Epimetheus was like, fine. And then she opened it just like this much. This much. And then she opened it that much, and then there was this little fairy instead of a trouble coming out. And then Pandora said, why is your brothers and sisters keep on biting us? And then she was like, no, they are not my brothers and sisters. They are troubles, And then her name was actually Hope, a little fairy. And then she held Pandora's hand so she could heal the little bruise in her head mentally. And she felt all better. And she kissed Epimetheus' forehead. So his bruise like somewhere could be healed physically. And then they were all better. So, and then the end.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.